Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Deal with DJ. I am your co-host, DJ McCatherine, joined alongside Jacob Prela. Jacob, we've got a big crowd today. Two special guests today. Mari, Prod by X1. Is that how you want to go by? How do you want to go by, Mari?
Produced by X1.
Produced by X1. My boy
sir.
Mari in
Yes,
the corner. And then also Drew McDonald, the Swiss Army knife, as Jacob likes to say.
The Spinnaker Swiss Army knife himself, Drew.
Spinnaker
Is that a
Swiss
Falcons
Army.
jersey right there? Is that a Falcons jersey?
That's prime time, bro. 90s Falcons.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So a big slate. First off, how's everybody doing today? Jacob, Mari, Drew, thanks for joining us. How are we doing today?
Sir. Great, man.
Trying to survive
Hear that?
game week. Game week is tough here, especially when you have Auburn week 1. It's tough. It's very tough,
home week
but
1?
I'm pumped. Auburn at home week 1. We're breaking out the chrome domes. I don't know if y'all saw that. We broke out the gold chrome helmets. We haven't worn those since the mid-2010s.
Ooh.
So they've been away for a while.
Is that RG3?
Bryce Petty era.
Okay.
Art Briles, Sean Oakman, you name it.
You know, it's exciting times. Drew, how are you doing down there?
Good, man. I actually work for a football team, so it's cool. NFL teams trying to hire players, so of course all the UFL guys get shots to play for NFL teams. So a couple of guys make a team, like Andre Sismit's the new Browns kicker. So some guys made a team, but it's kind of fun seeing the players shake out and possibly get the NFL opportunity.
Yeah, it's especially with the cuts just happening and some extra free agent signings, it's probably an exciting time for a lot of those people. And we got Drew and Mari in their NFL jerseys. A lot of NFL talk today. Jacob brought up the magnificent point of college football starting, which would be tomorrow, Saturday, would be the main big kickoff day. And then we're, at this point, we'll go 6 days before the NFL season starts.
We got to talk Scary Terry signing 3 years, $96 million, and then Trey Hendrickson getting a $14 million raise, essentially on a 1-year deal. Both, for Trey Hendrickson, still has to prove it to the Bengals, apparently. Make that make sense. Worst defense in the NFL, and they're just like, I don't know if you're that good, buddy. Has anybody checked how the preseason went for the Bengals? Giving up the most points I've ever seen in a preseason, ever. Then Scary Terry, for you guys, Drew and DJ are in, I'll tell you what, before I continue, this might be the most geographically, close this podcast has ever been. We got Drew and DJ in DC, and me and Mari are in Texas. So, this is the closest we've ever been. But back to the original point, I think this for the Washington Commanders, getting Terry McLaurin signed just takes a weight off of everybody's shoulders. Yeah, Jaden gets his number one guy. Jump in, DJ. You and Drew are both there, and then Mari jump in whenever too. But DJ, give me what your thoughts.
Yeah, so I had the honor of going to the third preseason game for the Commanders this past Saturday, and the head coach really wanted it signed. They wanted the deal done. They wanted Terry back. I think they weren't really calling it a holdout. It was a hold in. He was no plans of actually leaving this team. I don't think he really wanted to go anywhere. He just wanted to get paid what he felt like he deserved, right? And he is, I think, a top 10 wide receiver easy in the league. Hey, stats will show, Mari. He's a 1,000-yard receiver year in and year out. He is the number one receiver for the Commanders really since he stepped foot on that team. And now with the supporting cast of a real quarterback, he's going to be able to show out a ton. But go ahead, Mari. Give me your reaction. You didn't like that.
Go ahead.
It's yours. It's your time.
Let Drew go. Let's Drew.
Mari needs to process what you just said before he comes back. Drew,
process.
All right.
Drew, in DC, how pivotal is Scary Terry getting re-signed to that team?
Well, so if Terry didn't return to the Commanders, they would have Deebo Samuel, Brown, McCaffrey receivers. That's pretty pair and receiving core. To have him back in that slot with the Commanders as Jaden's number one guy, you're having these franchise guys, Jane Daniels, to have his number one target back in the field is huge for that offense. having him back there is great. The fans love Terry. They always have huge packs at the training camp for him to get autographs. So good to have him back on the panels. Hopefully, they can have a successful postseason run. But we'll see later in the episode if that's true.
Go ahead, Mari. It's your turn.
I like Scary Terry, man. I do, but I don't think. I mean, but then again, it's a 3-year extension. What more? I mean, they did good last year, but you also have Debo Samuels now, so a lot of them targets gonna go towards him a lot more. I mean, even if he resigned or not resigned, I mean, they still was gonna be a good team. They have a great defense. They have a great offense with a great coaching system, a great quarterback, arguably top 5, probably top 10 in the league. So I mean, regardless of the fact, I mean, we have seen proof of evidence of quarterbacks having nothing, still doing something. Terry is a great receiver, but I mean, as far as you going as top 10, man, that's a stretch. I mean, he might push 10. He could probably push 10, but I don't see him outside of at least top 8 at most. Like, that's a big stretch.
I think for Terry, I think it is nice because he's now he's been in that franchise for so long through the ups and the down and a lot of downs.
Yes.
And I love that you mentioned Debo, but my biggest thing is Debo has a hard time staying on the field too. You know, I think in the last 2 or 3 seasons, he's missed X amount of games. He's missed a couple. And, I think Debo being there will help open up Terry McLaurin. But I think I agree. They were going to be fine with or without Terry. But that wide receiver room was very scarce without him. Given I think Noah Brown got injured, who was supposed to be their wide receiver 3. So then, you're relying on Ben McCaffrey, Jalen Lane, a rookie that they took in the 4th round, I want to say. But I think for the Commanders, I think you get that peace of mind knowing that your Super Bowl window is now. You get 3 years with McLaurin until you have to basically re-sign Jaden, because he's got the 5 years on the rookie contract. So it just puts him back at the top, man. It's just plug and play, man. Just let it rip.
I mean, we just have to see. We'll have to see. I mean, he did break 1,000 yards, but it was still people over him that broke more yards than he did. So I mean, it's we'll have to just see how it goes. I mean, because they do have Eckler. I mean, back there at running back now. They did just trade the other running back, Robinson, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, it's just a. I mean,
Corey Merritt, baby, the big beautiful Bill.
They have a good team. They have a good team, but I mean, it just adds more fuel to it. I mean, it just adds more weapons for him to kind of just throw it to, or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, the Commanders is not really high on my list to go crazy, but I like them.
There you go. Trey Hendrickson, you mentioned earlier, Jacob, 1 year, $21 million basically extension, $15 million, but 21 total. I think this was well deserved, right? I think he's been a terror the last few years. He's had 10-plus sacks since 2020, every year with the exception of 22, where he had 8. And for a defense, it could be a little overpriced for a defense that has nobody on it. But I think it is also a key piece for this defense to have any sort of functionality to it. I mean, I'll go ahead and start with Jacob, as you had something to say about it first. But what do you think?
To me, it just feels like the Bengals are in their own way. This is a guy you should lock up long term and pay TJ Watt level money. The type of contract him and Parsons are going to get when they hit this market is going to be insane. Since he's gone to Cincinnati, minus the 1 good year in New Orleans, and Cincinnati, he had first year, Pro Bowl, 14 sacks. Second year, Pro Bowl, 8 sacks. 2023, 17.5 sacks. Pro Bowl. Last season, 17.5 sacks. First team All-Pro, Pro Bowl, and finished second in Defensive Player of the Year voting. What more does that guy need to do to prove that he is worthy of not only deserving of a TJ Watt level contract, but being a part of your organization for a long time? And then imagine what you could do with Shamir Stewart, if he turns out to be what they hope to be, and you got two elite guys on the edge with the offense of Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase, where most of the money is locked up, like the window is now for them. So sign Trey Hendrickson, ride Shamar Stewart on the rookie deal. You have Chase Brown on a rookie deal, right? And just let him go eat. Yeah, the secondary is going to be bad, but guess what? We're playing Big 12 football at this rate. Like, we just got to go and score more points, essentially. So, to me, I think the Bengals need to get out of their own way. Trey Hendrickson's a top 5, top 3 edge rusher in the NFL right now. He should be paid like one. And his stats really proved to help back him up.
Go ahead, Mari.
I have nothing to say about that. He said it on spotless. But then again, we have to kind of like realize and actually see if they have the money. They just paid Joe Burrow, they paid Jamar Chase, they paid T Higgins, and then now you trying to pay Trey. So I mean, it's kind of it's a lot of money going to just 4 people if they would decide to pay him out with a big contract, and then you still have the whole team. And then just say, what you gonna say? God forbid if a player who have a breakout year and now they want a new contract.
I mean,
Like
Chase Brown's a prime example.
Yeah, so it's a lot of factors, but then again, like that comes with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and all of them coming together. Like, okay, why don't we take a pay cut? Let's keep him on. Let's keep him on. It's better to have him play with us than have him play against us. If he led the league in sacks, I mean, imagine if he had to go against Joe Burrow then. Imagine him going to, like, we just gonna say hypothetically, a Pittsburgh Steelers where they probably have the money to have him next year. He signed a 1-year deal for $15 million more dollars. That means he's gonna be gone. Like, he already see how they treated him this year. He's gonna be gone next year. It's a high. He's out of there. Hopefully they don't allow him to go to a team where it's in the same division like the Ravens, because they actually do have the money to kind of make some things work out. But that's gonna be a tough crowd. You put all your money into the offense, but we all know defense win games. And if you don't have that, literally, so I mean, look what the Pittsburgh just did. Everything in TJ, he's there, he's locked. Now they're going through something with Hayward. You know what I mean? He's a little bit older. The contract is understandable, but he's a little bit older. They gonna lock him up because why? Why play against him when we could play with him? It's harder for our quarterbacks. I mean, if he's sacking every other quarterback and we have our quarterback there, come on, man, stop it. What are we talking about here? Sign the man. Take a pay cut. Stop being selfish. Sign the man. Money coming.
I will say, I think I saw on Twitter where with this pay increase for Hendrickson, they have 75% of the payroll is invested in the 4 guys: Burrow, Higgins, Hendrickson, and Chase. Drew?
It was vital to add for Hendrickson. You know, they definitely had pillow fight defense last year, very high scoring games again. So to have him back with the defense is huge. Joe Burrow basically led that team to almost the playoffs last year from his play alone. So having support from Hendrickson and Stewart is definitely key for them to hopefully contend for possibly a wild card spot this year. So we'll see.
Yeah. So moving forward, we're going to break into our little bit of college football here and then big NFL talk, but a little bit of drama for trending subjects. Ohio State, there was a trending moment out there that said they banned Dave Portnoy from entering inside of Ohio Stadium. Now, that isn't exactly confirmed. Dave Portnoy came out and said that he saw all of these messages saying that he was banned. It was trending a lot on social media. A lot of the bigger college football pages came out. Jacob, you and I talked about this today on how silly, one, if this is true, it would be, and two, just how bad it looks for Ohio State as a program to do something so petty. And I would love just to get you guys' reactions. Again, if it is true, if they have banned him, what kind of message does that send to kind of really college football or anybody that talks a little bit of smack towards the program?
To me, it just shows, so,
Soft.
Ohio State, just like Kobe said, shook his head and soft. Ohio, just a soft team, the fan base, DJ, you might confirm yourself, soft. So, it's It's
Charmin.
just soft. It's just soft, man. See, with us down here and well down there in Miami, we don't gotta worry about stuff like that. Come on over. Come on over. We cool.
Listen, the Ohio State thing is like, if you were going to ban him, should have banned him like 2 years ago when he was all up
Facts.
on y'all when he won the Natty.
Facts. Facts.
Like now that he has his TV deal, and now you're like, oh, we can't let him come into our stadium and talk bad about us on national television. I promise you, he's already done it. The national television isn't going to make it worse. I promise. He's already done the damage, right? Plus, you're still being soft because you still had the whole, like, what was it? Like, the fine if someone plants the flag in the middle of the field again. It's like
that was government.
Yeah, legislation got passed for planting flags.
But did it get passed?
I don't know if it got passed, but I did see legislation.
Yeah, they proposed it. I don't think anybody was doing that. But Drew, you got a reaction to that?
Drew?
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of black eye for Fox, I think, because you're adding Dave Portnoy to your whole Big Noon show this fall, and you would you kind of like assume that this would happen like in a scenario where they possibly ban Portnoy from this? So I think hiring Dave for this seasonal run is cool. I guess experience to see how he'll deal with like the Fox corporate style of like the broadcasting. I just think it's kind of just like a really black eye for this kind of news thing. I don't know. I want to see how this shakes out with Portnoy and Fox, so we'll see.
So, just to clarify, this has not been confirmed. Ohio State has denied, but Fox did say that they will not have Dave Portnoy on the main desk inside the stadium. So, just a little bit of trending topics, but it is our segue into the fantastic Week 1 slate of games that we have for college football. So, we here at our panel here are going to give you our picks for the top 3 games. I know I sent you boys 6, but we're going to do 3 games. It is the LSU, Clemson, Notre Dame, Miami, and Texas, Ohio State. So I'm actually going to start with LSU and Clemson. Let's start with Drew. Let me get your feelings on the matchup first, and then run me through the course of what you think is going to happen throughout this game.
It's definitely one of the most, intriguing Week 1s ever, I think, for a college football kickoff with both the top 10 teams, LSU and Clemson, and Death Valley, and both Death Valley teams, actually. I kind of get the edge, though, I would say, to Clemson. I would say that Klubnik, in my opinion, is probably a better quarterback than the Nussbus, honestly. And also, LSU's got 5 new offensive line starters in this game, so to have this home game in Clemson, have their defensive line kind of to finish up that fresh, new offensive line smell, I think definitely could be a big win for Clemson to kind of put a statement on their season, possibly a playoff bid, but we'll see.
Mari, what'd you think?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of Clemson like that. I like LSU though. I really like LSU, but I'm not really a big fan. And honestly, they just disgust me, and I don't even want to speak on them. So I'm going with LSU. I don't even whatever they want. I think they're gonna win.
There you go.
I think they're gonna win.
I think for me, I think going down Death Valley, I personally, when I think Death Valley, I think of LSU. So this is like the faux Death Valley. But Brian Kelly cannot win Week 1 matchups. He has shown it in the last 3 years. USC, Florida State, twice Florida State actually. USC last year, heartbreaking. The defense is so bad for LSU that I'm not sure if it is that much improved. I think Cade Klubnik's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in college football with Nussmeier, but I think the Clemson defense is returning a bunch of dogs. Drew mentioned the entire new offensive line for LSU. Give me Clemson by a field goal down in Death Valley. And unfortunately, they will take the naming rights for Death Valley in this matchup. It's just like an unofficial, official thing. So LSU, take off the Death Valley. You've lost it.
I'm going to agree with you as well, Jacob. I think this is a battle of Heisman favorites, or Heisman hopefuls, if you will, to begin the season. I think Cade Klubnik is just Cade Klubnik, Dabo Swinney, the defense that's coming back. I just think that they are going to be a force to be reckoned with this year. I think Dabo has stood firm in how he recruits his players. I mean, we were mocking him 2 years ago for not taking players in the portal and how behind this ball game he's been. And the players that have stuck by him, right, and gone through this process the normal way. And Clemson is going to be a team that is towards the top of college football this year. And I just think that time is coming. Like you said, Brian Kelly cannot win the big game. And he's not done real well in week one games either, especially with the last two losses to Florida State. And there was one other one last year that I am slipping. USC last year. Another
Vegas.
right down to the wire, right?
Yep.
So in a
I
close
think they
game,
missed I think they missed the field goal.
shocker. Seems to be the LSU way. But now to you, Mari. We got Notre Dame traveling to Miami. Catholic convicts reunited down in Miami. Notre Dame being the runner-ups last year. Miami having a very, let's just say, steep fall off of their wagon to end last year. Change at quarterback. Carson Beck is now your starting quarterback down there. What are the vibes in Miami right now for this football team, and how do you feel going into week one against the runner-ups last year?
Can never go against the U. I feel like last year we had potential to be the best team in college. But we definitely fell short of that because people want to play lazy. We worked so hard to get to the bowl game and we play lazy and we act like we don't supposed to be there. We arguably had the top two best college quarterback of last year just throughout the season, arguably top two. But this year, Carson Beck, I'm not really a big fan of his game right now. I feel like he did transfer to Miami for the wrong reasons. But let's just see.
Yeah.
See how it
Confirmed.
goes. Yeah, I mean it's weird.
Money
man,
helps.
Yeah, money does, but man, let's just see how it goes. I'm very excited to see what JoJo them do and stuff like that. To see how them boys play out without Cam Ward, and then just see how we could really function as an offense without Cam Ward. Cam Ward was our whole thing. So let's just see if we have him in there and stuff like that. We have to make sure his girlfriend don't be on the sidelines. Because apparently she filed motion to get on the sidelines at the game, which is so insane to me. Nobody has ever done that. So let's just see how it plays out. I really think that we're gonna win. I won't say the delusional side of me want to say we win by 50. The delusional side, you know what I mean? Hopefully, if I'm being honest, man, we could go out there and hopefully win by at least like a touchdown or so. Because if Notre Dame come out and play like they did in the bowl game in a national championship, then we could do whatever. Their defense was bad, passing game. Their secondary was terrible. So let's just see how it comes out. But I don't know. Our hands is in Carson Beck, and he has to carry the shoes of Cam Ward, and right now it don't look too good.
So I'm going to throw something back at you let me throw something back at him real quick, Jacob. Do you find that, are you nervous about the change in the offense at all? Because you're going from an athletic, mobile quarterback, with a super strong arm in Cam Ward, and not that Carson Beck's not, but he's more of a stationary pocket passer that did use his legs, but it's definitely not the same as Cam Ward did. Does that worry you and about how the offense is going to move?
Yeah. It definitely does because when you come from Georgia, they had a good line. I mean, he was protected by some of the best. We didn't have that last year with the Cam Ward, and we don't have that now. So I mean, let's just see if he runs. I mean, he can't be stationary in Miami. I mean, we don't have. He doesn't have that protection like he did in Georgia. So let's just see how it goes. I am worried. I mean, hopefully he doesn't do like a Shador Sanders vibe and just hold the ball too long instead of just throwing it and stuff like that. But we don't have a good line, and we never did over the past I don't know how long. So he has to step up and make plays.
All right, Jacob?
Yeah, I think, for Miami, I think Carson Beck is the ultimate question mark. You're taking him from, he was doing phenomenal at Georgia, but his wide receivers led the almost the entire NCAA in drops. So he was incredibly accurate with the ball, but guys weren't catching the ball. So he's moving to an improved offense. But the defense, Miami defense ain't no Georgia defense. So from from a standpoint of that, he's moving to a better offense but a worse defense. Can Carson Beck step up to make the throws, to lead the team down the field, to go win games is a big question mark for me. Right? I like the run game for Miami. I think they brought in an excellent set of receivers in the transfer portal. But Cristobal also worries me with his coaching. Because sometimes he doesn't do the right thing in the right situations, right? We can talk about the kneeling incident. We can talk about, obviously, talk about Georgia Tech this last season, how, like, everything. And like, Mari mentioned, Cam Ward was the offense. He was everything. Now that guy is gone. Number 1 pick. Phenomenal for the U. But now he's gone. Can Carson Beck be the guy to make things happen when the O-line breaks down? I think the O-line is new and improved. I think they brought in 3-4 guys. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mari. 3 or 4 guys in via portal. Not sure if they're going to be starters, but they brought 3 guys. And, yeah, I'm interested to see what happens. But talking about Notre Dame here, you guys better be ready to stop the run. They're just going to run it down your throat. And
I did not mention our defense at all.
Yeah.
EJ knows how I feel about our defense. That's just that's a headache.
You better be ready. You better be ready to stop the run. And also, this is just a me thing. I love Marcus Freeman as a head coach. He's so good. Such a good coach.
Great coach.
And he loves going on. Like, last year, he went on the road to A&M. Won in A&M. Now he's going on the road again to an even more hostile environment in Miami because they love this rivalry. I think Notre Dame comes out. I think it's going to be a dogfight. I think they win by 6. I think it's going to be it'll be like a 3-point game, and then they're going to get some cushion. And then I think that's how that game ends up. But I expect Jeremiah Love to have a massive impact on this game. Drew.
I'm a huge fan of music from the 90s, Jacob. I love the artist Beck. He had a great song called Loser, 1993. So going back to Saturday with Carson Beck, unfortunately, Loser's going to play after that game ends. The Canes lose. Notre Dame's going to go back to Miami, get a Flanagan's Cup, public sub, fly back to South Bend, enjoy the 1-0 win over Miami because Carson Beck is not going to do it on Saturday. Can't see it.
Nope, I'm unfortunately in the same boat as Jacob and Drew there, Mari. I am siding with Notre Dame. I do think the run game is going to be the biggest factor here. I think if you can stop the run, I think the game is wide open, right? I think Carson Beck is good enough to put points on the board for Miami's offense. Mario Cristobal is good for the offensive side. He knows how to put points there. But, I believe it's CJ Carr is the starting quarterback for Notre Dame, but he's a question mark right now. He is the question mark of that Notre Dame offense. And like last year, Notre Dame, if they can run the ball, they are more than likely going to win. So if you can stop it and force them to throw the ball, force those mistakes, I think Miami's got a possibility. But I'm with Jacob here. I think this is a 6-point swing going in on the side of Notre Dame.
Even with their quarterback, that's why I said the delusional side of me would say we win by 50. Hopefully.
That is delusional.
But then the real side say, we win probably by 7 or less than that. But just they run game will kill us, and even they throwing game, like they passing would kill us. We don't have a good secondary. We don't have we let Virginia Tech keep up with us. We lost to we let them keep up with us by throwing the ball. They ran the ball a few times, but they threw it.
If it wasn't for Cam Ward, Cal would have beat y'all.
Literally. So it's kind of like anybody plays on another team with a good offensive scheme, with a good head coach, with everything. Even if you're a question mark quarterback, you still liable to win a game just by throwing against Miami. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, what did you see? Hopefully, they prove us wrong inside, the first game of the season, but it's just one game. If we win, it's just one game. We still got a whole season. If we lose, we already know which way we're going.
Well, to wrap up this segment and to start the big Saturday, Big Noon Kickoff is hosting Texas versus Ohio State in Columbus. Number 1 versus number 3. What a way to kick off the college football season, really. The main number 1 Saturday, Big Noon there. Lee Corso's last headgear, his last appearance on College Game Day. It's going to be a day full of emotions. Hopefully, good football in Columbus as well. I mean, this to me is half of the battle of who's going to the national title game this year. Like, the winner of this game has my pick to go. Either Texas is going to solidify themselves as the powerhouse that they've been building the last 2 years, and this year 3 they are going to get over the hump, or Steve Sarkisian in these big ball games is going to fail, and it is going to run the steam out of Texas very early. Not that they're not going to be competitive in the SEC, because they will, but this is going to be the game that proves to me if they're going to get there. And then on the other side, Ohio State, defending national champs, new quarterback, some new weapons on the offense and defensive side, but key players still in play. And this, to me, is going to prove where Ryan Day stands after accomplishing, I should say, most of his goals, or the ultimate goal in a national title, and how he comes back into the season. So let's start with Drew on what you think about this matchup here and what you think the outcome is going to be.
What a crazy first week for Texas and Ohio State. You know, Arch Manning, probably his first game against that range champions. Like, it's a crazy matchup to have, your first game ever. College football, you know, I don't see a role where he beats Ohio State in his first game ever, like under center. It's starting for a game. I go Ohio State with the edge for this one. I have some notes about this. Just, if Arch does not set the tone early in the game, some kind of ugly, I think. So I take Ohio State here, but I do want to see how Arch can handle the adversity against this crazy, like, you know, impactful week 1 hype going into this weekend.
Yeah, Mari.
Yeah, man. Man, if I'm going to give the edge over Texas. I mean, you know, Ohio State is nice. Y'all don't have that same, you know, like, defense, in my opinion, like y'all did last year. Then y'all going against arguably the best quarterback in college right now. So I mean, it's going to be hard to come across. I mean, emotions going to be high. Everybody's going to be there. That's really a big game. That's going to solidify a lot of things. If Archie Manning come out there with that mindset of nobody's going to beat us, y'all cook. Like, Ohio State is completely cooked. I mean, we already know, like, Texas already know they have to key in on one player, almost guaranteed key on Jeremiah Smith. If Texas could shut him down and then still be able to shut down the run game and hopefully the new weapons. I'm not too much familiar with the new weapons, but if they shut down new weapons, man, what is going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. And the quarterback, I'm not too much familiar with him, so I'm going to put a question mark on Ohio State new quarterback, but y'all don't have that same weapons. I mean, like, you know, the same weapons from last year. Y'all don't have the same D linemen, stuff like that. So it's going to be a tough one, but I'm going to give the edge to Texas, man. I like Archie Manning.
Man, for me, this game is a pure toss-up as toss-ups can get, right? Both quarterbacks, well, we've seen glimpses of Arch. We really haven't seen Arch in a major game like this before, right? So he's a big question mark. Julian Sayin, big question mark on Ohio State. Both sides, new running backs, right? Jaden Blue left Texas, and then obviously the two-headed monster of Judkins and Henderson left to the draft. Both sides lost wide receivers, right? They lost Matthew Golden and Isaiah Bond. Did Carnell Tate graduate, DJ?
No.
Is Carnell still there?
Junior year. Yes. Egbuka was the only one who left.
Egbuka left, right? We mentioned the D-line for both sides. To me, you got to go off history, and they played last year. Are you going to think that, granted, Ohio State has 2 new coordinators, Matt Patricia and Brian Hartline, but I feel like last year will give us a good idea of what this is going to happen this year, right? I think Arch is going to struggle. Your first real big matchup against all the noise, against the crowd, against the hype, against the juice, right? Sark has found ways to lose games, right? And for me, having Jeremiah Smith, yeah, you may be able to take him away, but Carnell Tate, just as dangerous, right? He's not as flashy, but he always finds a way to get open. And for me, I think the secondary of Ohio State's going to give Texas massive fits. I think both teams are going to get theirs on the both O-lines and D-lines. And I think it comes down to a key turnover in the second half, and I'm going to give the edge to Ohio State. And they're going to knock off Texas in this game.
That's a wild take. That's a wild
No,
take.
I know my bias has been showing, and I had all intentions throughout like 90% of the day today to come on this podcast and admit that it was going to be Texas having the edge. But I did do a little bit more research into Steve Sarkisian and his history in these big games, right? Georgia, the Red River rivalry, some of these big games historically, not in its totality, he just fails to show up, right? And I think Arch Manning, like you guys mentioned, having to go up against a secondary with Igbenogson and Caleb Downs over there, over the top is not really going to be an option. He's going to have to rely on the short to medium game, and he's going to have to rely on the run game. And that's where this battle is going to be won. If Texas can run the ball, they will win this game. If they can move the ball on the ground, the freshness on the defensive line for Ohio State is going to show, right? Matt Patricia coming in as the new defensive coordinator is going to be huge. CJ Hicks was a big part of that linebacker class last year for Ohio State. He's moving to defensive end to kind of bridge some of that gap between Sawyer and Tuimoloau out. It's going to rely on Texas being able to move the ball. I think Ohio State's offense is going to be just as fluid as it has been. I know they've got some new pieces on the offensive line, but I think Julian Sand is athletic enough to extend plays if needed, because there is going to be rust on both of these teams with these new players. I mean, coming in week one, being Texas, Ohio State, the two top programs in college football right now, the rust is going to show. It's going to be some sloppy football within this game. But I think with the experience that we've seen, again, with, like Jacob said, historically, I think the matchup is going to look a lot like it did in the semifinals. And it's going to be closer. I'm going to take Ohio State by 7 in this game. Late turnover.
For me,
I think Caleb Downs makes the game-changing play.
What are we talking
for me,
about
I just hold on. I just want to point out about Arch Manning. He had 3 starts last year. His starts were against UTSA, Louisiana Monroe, and Mississippi State. He is not. This is a massive. I think he can handle it, partly because he's a Manning. His family has been able to help him handle a lot of noise throughout his entire life. But I think this game, I don't think the moment's going to be too big for him, but I just think it being on the road is like the biggest difference to me. I think that's where I really give the advantages. The 90 plus thousand in the shoe? Yeah. And granted, DKR can also do it, and but it's hard down there when it's all against you. And, your O-line's going to have false starts, or you're going to delay a game. Can he overcome the mental mistakes that are going to come in this game? And I'll say this, obviously I'm going to ride with Ohio State, but as a caveat, if he can avoid these mental mistakes on the offensive side of the ball, this game is easily in Texas's favor in that realm. If the offensive line, if they're locked in and they can handle the noise, Ohio State's in deep trouble. But I'm going to trust in my thought process, no matter how flawed Mari may think it is over there. I can see him itching. He's like these guys. Look.
Bro, because I mean, you giving this the same thing you saying about Archie should be the same thing you said about Ohio State's quarterback. I mean, this is a big moment, bro. This is a big moment.
But he doesn't have to go against the noise. He doesn't have to go against the 102,000.
But you still have a lot of pressure on you because okay, we lose, it's gonna be on me.
I think that's the pressure of Arch. I don't think this game is in Arch's hands. I don't think this game is in Arch's hands. Texas is not going over the top on Ohio State. Igbenogson and Downs were arguably the two best corners or secondary players in college football last year. I mean, Igbenogson had a ton of penalties last year, but he didn't give up the big plays. Throw a flag all you want. I'd rather take 15.
That's last year.
You think they got worse?
Last year.
And they're playing against a first-year starting quarterback.
Man,
I mean,
the game's
I see
Mari's
Mari's
trenches.
Listen. Listen, I see Mari's point, man. To me, coin flip. I'm gonna trust the home team, not having to go against the 100,000+ fans against them.
I hope they lose, so that way I could call him. I could call DJ and troll.
I will
He's gonna
not be
block
answering
me.
my phone.
He's gonna block me. I know it.
Listen, man. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
We're never wrong,
at least
Jacob.
I'm confident to put it on the internet. So
Let's do it.
Fair enough. Well, now for the big topic of today, NFL will be starting in just under a week. We need our NFL picks. We've gone through college football. We've gone division or conference by conference. We've picked our playoff contenders, and now it's time to do it for the NFL. So we're going to go through, pick our wild card contenders, our divisional winners, our Super Bowl matchup, and our MVP favorites, if not the winner. So let's see. I want to start with one of the guys in the jerseys. Who do you think we should pick on first, Jacob?
Let Drew go.
let's
Atlanta.
let Drew go.
It's an
Mr.
A.
ATL.
Yeah, right. There we go. Yeah. We're going wild card first. What's the order? Wild card or division, or what are you guys doing for this?
No wild card.
Go division winners, then wild card.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
gotcha.
Yeah.
So East, pretty easy. Buffalo Bills, the best team in the division. Josh Allen, MVP, reigning MVP, married a stud of it. Matches scenarios he signed for this past offseason. They paid Christian Benford, shout out Baylor. They paid Christian Benford, Villanova, Terrell Bernard, Baylor. They paid Greg Rousseau, Miami, actually, Amari. So they have the defense definitely got beefed up and maintained that tear for the season. Shakir was a great slot guy for him this past year. He also got paid, so had the reinforcements there with Buffalo. They're going to wreak havoc on the Dolphins. Unfortunately, Mario, I'm sorry. Patriots and the Jets. AFC North, this is kind of a tougher one, but I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, MVP, possibly this year. But just they basically did everything better. They didn't lose many people from their team. Defense is still strong. My AFC North pick, AFC West, chalk with the Chiefs. They're going to win the AFC West. They're always find a way to get in the playoffs. They are kind of older. They are kind of getting slower. They're a receiver. Their tight end married a pop star today. But I think they're going to make the playoffs in the AFC West. Wild card is kind of intriguing, though. I have two AFC West teams, one AFC North team in the wild card. I have the Broncos, the Chargers, and the Bengals. I think Bo Nix had an incredible rookie season with Sean Payton. They also added in Evan Ingram as a great piece at the tight end position. They have Marvin Mims and Courtland Sutton. The receiving core, the defense, one of the best in the league last year. They're definitely a bona fide wildcard team for me. The Bengals, adding Trey Henderson was huge for them. The defense, mentioned this earlier in the episode. Having T back, Jamar Chase back, also Chase Brown had a great rookie year last year, so he's a great running back piece for their offense. And lastly, the Chargers for AFC. Jim Harbaugh, they had a really crappy loss to their Texans in the playoffs. It was tough to watch. They got bombasted by them. Having Herbert under center is great for them. McConkey was a stud receiver for them. Got back Keenan Allen, should be great locker room guy, veteran leadership for that team this season. I definitely like Chargers as my not so sneaky wildcard pick.
Ran through that sucker. Shoot.
Yeah, he did. He's efficient. Mari, you want to go or you want me to jump?
Go ahead. You could jump.
All right. For my AFC here, I agree with Drew. Bills by $1 billion. Right, they're going to win the AFC East. Josh Allen. I do have question marks at the wide receiver position, but Allen, Cook, the O-line, I think it's going to be just fine. AFC North, give me the Ravens, all right, to go back-to-back again. Lamar, they're going to be just fine. The defense is what's going to get them. That defense looks so good, especially with Mike Green coming off the edge and what they already have in place. AFC South, Mari's going to lose his mind when I say this one. This might be a homer pick, but I'm taking the Jags. Go from 0
Oh my God.
to the AFC
Not the
South.
freaking Jags.
I'm taking the
Jags.
Jags. I believe in Liam
Insane.
Cohen. I believe in Liam Cohen. I
Year
believe
one.
in him. I believe in him. I believe in the offense. I believe in Trevor Lawrence. That's my
You
riding
believe
with the
in Trevor
Jaguars.
Lawrence?
I believe in Trevor Lawrence.
Get
I
outta
believe in
here.
him. In the AFC West, we're going with the Chiefs again. Wild card. We're looking at the Bengals to make the wild card this year. We're going to look at the Broncos to make the wild card this year. And this is where I think it's going to get down to the nitty gritty. I think you're going to look at the Texans, the Chargers and the Dolphins in a 3-headed race for that last wild card spot. I do believe in the Chargers to make that last wild card spot. And it's not, I just think Miami has so many questions on the defensive side. And now they got all the injuries at running back right now too that worry me. I just think that the AFC West is just so stacked. And the Texans, while I do like the offense and everything, man, they couldn't protect CJ Stroud a ton last year. And I think the Jags are going to win better. I think they're going to be better. I think the offense is going to be better. And I think that, and listen, they win the AFC South, but it's going to be like, they're going to be like 9-8. All right. They're going to be a 9-8 AFC moving on. All right. As how I'm rocking it. Listen, you worked for the Jags for 2 years, and you're just like, it was always the Jags. You know, I'm rocking with them. Travis Hunter's gonna play 1,000 snaps.
Man, he said the Jaguars. Man, that's a big one.
You're gonna
for
change
me,
his name
man.
to Joe.
Did I lose my ball knowledge credibility with that pick?
Yeah, you
Yes.
lost ball knowledge. Cause man, listen. All right, for one, I'm a see you do so many disrespectful stuff, or how can I say you threw so much stuff at us? I'm gonna take it as disrespect. Watch your mouth. You feel me? Watch it. You said the Bills by $1 billion. Don't ever disrespect the team. Don't ever disrespect the team. That's
That's kinda right.
disrespectful, though. That's
Right.
disrespectful. But you're not wrong. 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 But no, I'm gonna go with the Bills, obviously in the East, LC East, due to the fact
That
that
looked painful for you, Mari.
it did, man. It did. The Patriots don't really have nothing. They haven't really been anything since Brady even left. We ain't even got to discuss them. The Jets, they have so many question marks. They best offensively is Wilson. I mean, they don't have a quarterback. He got hurt in practice and inside the preseason game. I mean, we don't know how he's going to look, but they really nothing. The Dolphins, we have, oh man, we have the talent, but the injuries are like really derailing us. We have Tua, he's injury prone, concussion prone. If he get hit, I think he should consider actually retiring, let go and stuff like that. Besides that, we have Tyreek Hill, he might get arrested before the game starts. Like we don't know what's going to happen with the team. So with that, I mean, I'm gonna go with the Bills, the West, FC West. I do have the Chiefs, but look at the Raiders. Look at the Chargers. The Raiders and the Chargers are coming up a little bit. The Broncos did not play too bad last year. They did not play too bad last year, but the Raiders, they added a lot of additions. They spent some money this year. The Chargers as well. So also look at that. Keenan Allen is back on the Chargers. He is back with the Chargers. So I mean, we have to look at that and act, okay, they have no weapons back, and then they have Jim Harbaugh, I think, right? So it's hey, but it's Pat Mahomes, it's Patty, it's Patty, it's Patty. You can never go against Patty. And I learned that the hard way during the Super Bowl, betting money going against him. The North, the North is a big tough one. I have kind of like three teams that's kind of like in a toss up. Pittsburgh, which is normally good for their defense. I think ranked in the top 5, top 6. I think last year for defensively. Offensively, we wasn't that good. I feel like offensively, if Pittsburgh would have kept Justin Fields on that stretch last year, I feel like they could have been even better. Justin Fields went 4-1. So my thing is, or 4-0. So my thing is, once you take him out of that, and then you bring Russell and who already a diva for what he did at Broncos, and he doesn't do anything. He missed passes last year. He threw the most craziest stuff. Did the most crazy stuff. He's not bringing leadership, and the Pittsburgh was already getting comfortable with Justin. They should just kept him there. He did really good last year with Pittsburgh, but the defense this year is going to do good. They're going to do great this every year with Aaron Rodgers addition, with DK, with Darius Slade, Jalen Ramsey. Like, come on, TJ as well. Come on, man. Come on. Like, talk to me here, man. But we'll see. The Bengals. Another question. Their defense. We have to see how their defense play. The offense could be good, but if your defense is bad, you could score 40 points a game. But if you're getting scored 40 points also on you, like, I mean, you're just playing score for score. But the Ravens, we already know what they're going to do. They have a good team, but I'm going with the Ravens, and I probably have Pittsburgh coming out at number second inside the North. The AFC South, I have the Texans. The Jags still have a lot to prove, just like the Titans, just like the Colts. The Colts, they got Daniel Jones at quarterback. We have no reason to discuss them. They definitely irrelevant. That disgustes me. The Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence is an issue. Trevor Lawrence is an issue, and DJ knows because I always say this all the time. Trevor Lawrence is an issue. Yes, they have arguably one of the best players to ever come out of college. And Travis Hunter, yes, we know, but we have to see how it goes. He is a little bit small, and I think the first preseason game he did, a receiver from Pittsburgh did a smooth little slant, and he completely failed. Like you can't have that inside the league. But I have the Texans. I probably have Jags coming out second, and man, the NFC, man, this is easy for me. The East, I have the Eagles. Then I have the Commanders, probably right there with them. Even though I'm in Dallas, Texas, I hate the Cowboys. I'm gonna go on a limb. I'll put the Giants over them. I hate them. Like
Yeah.
I love to
Yeah.
make their fans upset. I love to make their fan upset, the fan base upset. And
There's
the
nothing
West,
better. There's
yeah,
nothing better walking in on a Monday, seeing all
man,
them Cowboys fans sad. I'm sipping in the tears. I'm like, I'm like,
yes,
I'm like, it's great.
yes,
It's
yes,
phenomenal.
yes. For the West, for me, I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm gonna say the Rams. I do like Matthew Stafford. He's nice. He did his thing. With the loss of Cooper Cup, it's gonna be hard, but let's just see how it goes. He is the best quarterback inside that division. I like the Cardinals, and the only reason why I like the Cardinals is controversy. But the only reason why I like the Cardinals because my cousin played for them. So that's kind of the only reason why I do like the Cardinals. His jersey will be here real soon. I just spoke with him not so long ago, so his old jersey will be here. But besides that, the Niners, oh man, that's a diva team. In the North, I have the Bears, I have the Lions. The North is gonna be tough. The North is gonna be tough.
You said the
But
Bears
I
were
do
coming out of that
like.
division?
Listen, no, man. I like the Lions. I like the Lions, but it's hard to go against people who I kind of like grew up with and people who I played against in high school, which is like Tyreek Stevens and stuff like that. Alexander Walker, we played in the same Pop Warner League and stuff like that around the same time. He went to school with my siblings and stuff like that, so it's kind of hard to kind of go against them. We all from the same neighborhood, so it's kind of hard to go against them. But I do like the Lions. I love the Packers. I love Jordan Love. DJ know I like Jordan Love. But in my opinion, I got Lions, and then hopefully I'll go on a limb here and say Packers. But if not, then I'm going with the Bears. But the Vikings, I'm not really too fond of them right now. And then on the South, man, Drew might like this one. Drew is going to like this one. NFC South. I have the Buccaneers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have the Buccaneers. Man. I'm sorry. I have the Buccaneers, and then
Sucking years? You got
yeah.
the sucking years in your team?
Man,
Come on.
listen, man, they the best team in the NFC South. They the best
That's
team in
who?
the what stats, players, what they did last year. Like, come on, man, what? We could go quarterback and player for player. We could go player for player, quarterback for quarterback. Like, come
We had
on.
a great clips Kirk Cousins for 2 months, which was fine, but Penix came in, so
I
I think
mean,
now with Penix and a full year with him, a
we have
different
to
story.
see what Penix do because if he come out there wearing a do rag under the helmet, y'all lost. Like he doesn't care about the game. He cares about his waves more than the game. So it's this. He cares
I
about.
can't on
He
that, so
care.
I got to pop out there, man. Like,
Listen, man. He cares about what color do-rag he's gonna wear instead of okay.
He's not
I can
locked
do one
in.
more
Is
time.
what Murray's saying. He's not locked in.
He's not locked in. The Saints, man, oh, man, the
Oh
Saints,
my!
the Saints disappointed me. I feel like they should have dropped Shador. I feel like if they would have dropped Shador, they would have. In my opinion, DJ, no, I'm a huge Shador fan. So if they drop Shador or they trade for him, I'm sorry, but the Buccaneers, they out of there. I don't know. I'm going for the Saints immediately. Like I have a Shador jersey
dang, so
I don't think
immediately. It
Shador
don't
can
matter.
save that.
Yeah, nobody could say that team, but that's my pick for the wild card. For the wild cards, I'm going to go on the limb and say I think the AFC North is going to have three teams: Pittsburgh, Bengals, and the Ravens. But hopefully my Dolphins can make it also. But we'll just see how it goes. Like that's the best way I could put it. So, but go Dolphins.
No, I don't know if I can top that, but I'm gonna try. For the AFC East, I also have the Bills. I think they are by far the best team in that league. That's chalk. The AFC West, I am also going with the Chiefs. Not far behind there, the Broncos are going to be there. The Broncos are going to be a team really to look out for this year. For the AFC North, I'm going with the Ravens again. I just think on both sides of the ball, they're going to be too much for anybody in that division. And then for the AFC South, I'm rocking with the Texans still. I mean, I still think that the Chargers and the Jags have plenty to prove. I am not a truster in Trevor Lawrence. All my 904 guys over there keep telling me that it's one thing or another: bad offensive line, bad wide receivers, drops. There's every excuse underneath the sun and no accountability for Trevor Lawrence. So until Trevor Lawrence shows me that he's got something consistently, even consistently good, I'd be okay with that. But this whole aspect of him lacking something all the time really rubs me the wrong way. So until that happens, Texans and CJ Stroud ran through that division last year with a bum offensive line and plenty of injuries. And now coming into the season, having back some of those key pieces, I think is going to elevate that team. And I think the Chargers will make a run for them at some point, but I just don't think it's going to be this year. For the NFC East, I'm rocking with the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly, go, birds, go. The West, I'm going with, this is going to be the hottest take here today, I think. I'm going with the 49ers. I know that they had a lot on the downside last year, but in its history of the prior 2 years, I think it's going to be a bounce back year for them. Deebo Samuel being injured for them last year really hurt, and I just think that the whole team and its operation is going to get back on the track here, and they're going to make a push in this division. I think they've got the players to do it. Mari did say they're a little bit of a dramatic team. Like when it starts to crumble, it all crumbles. But I think this year, with the season that they had last year and the expectations, the talent on that team is insane. So I definitely think they have the staff to do it. I just think this year I'm investing in the 49ers. For the NFC North, this one was really tough because the short answer is the Lions. Dan Campbell is Mr. Football, and I think even with the loss of both of his coordinators, I think he is going to come back and he's going to have that team ready to rock and roll. I mean, he's still a football guy, in and out, and I think the team's going to be motivated. And, the key pieces that they maintained on this team are going to help them even through the schematics might be a little touchy, but I think the efficiency of the whole team is going to still be there. And then the NFC South. Drew, you are actually going to like this one because I'm picking the Falcons to make it out of the South.
This man don't know ball. This man
Smart
don't know
man.
ball. This
He's
man
a
don't know
smart
ball.
man.
This
He
man
watches
don't know.
ball. He knows ball.
This
Consumes
man
ball.
This man
This
don't
is
know
pick.
ball. This man don't know ball, man.
I like the weapons that Atlanta's been developing the last couple of years. London, Bijan, Penix. I love the Penix pick.
Cosign.
And you have a whole offseason of just that collaboration with everybody. And then the defensive pickups, throughout the last couple of years have been, I think, great. I know Jacob's scratching his head, thinks we're going to lose all
I'm
of our
gonna let
audience.
Drew. I'm gonna let Drew give his NFC picks before, and then I'll go after Drew because I want to think about what I'm gonna say, so I can get Mari to redeem me back my ball knowledge credibility.
DJ don't have none.
Am I going with wild card teams? Am I spitting those out?
Yeah,
first?
yeah. Okay. Rip your wild cards, and then Drew take it right after.
Okay, I do think the Falcons get the edge over the Buccaneers, but the Buccaneers still make it to the wild card. I'm still counting on the Bucs in the wild card. I just picked the divisional winner. If I pick the divisional winner, obviously the Bucs got to fall below them. This is just where I'm thinking here.
What's below them?
The Commanders are going to be another team in the wild card. They're going to finish right behind the Eagles. I like the Rams. You mentioned the loss of Cooper Kupp being a big loss, but Devontae Adams over there. Matthew Stafford is the best quarterback in that division. I expect the offense to, mold itself together. They have key pieces at running back. Kyron Williams being a big piece of that. Tyler Higbee, as well as tight end, is a big pass catcher, right? He'll play a big part. I just got to get to this last team because you guys are going to really hate me. at the end of this. Denver is going to be another team sitting right behind the Chiefs coming out of the West. Cincinnati, I think their lack of defense, is going to be made up for by their production on offense. I really don't think there's going to be a lot of teams that can hang with them offensively just to keep up with Cincinnati. And lastly, the New York Jets are going to win a wild card spot. I think the key
Not this
pieces
again.
I know I didn't pick them to win the division this year. Sauce Gardner, Quincy Williams, Jermaine Sherwood, I think are great pieces on the defensive side. And then you've got a quarterback in here with experience. We forget that Justin Fields does have experience. Mari just mentioned went 4-1, 4-2 with the Steelers before they ripped him out, right? And he's got a connection with Garrett Wilson. That is a few years removed, but there is still a connection there, right? And then you have one of the best backfields in football with Breece Hall behind there. So I think the weapons are there offensively for them to be productive. I think Sauce Gardner leading that secondary is going to be huge. I don't think it's the longest shot in football. It's a hotter take. Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely sitting on a campfire with that one. But of seasons past, right? Aaron Rodgers was my big key piece for the Jets to be productive, and his lack of production really sent that team down a big wormhole. But I think Justin Fields may be a little different. I think the defense is a little different, and the team is older and better than what they were 2 years ago when they were playing offense. They were playing great defense, and they had a lackluster offense.
Mari, I know you said that Bills by $1 billion was disrespectful, but would we consider that more disrespectful, having him over the Jets over the Dolphins like
Miami's going to be a top 10 pick this year.
Yeah, it's disrespectful. I mean, you gotta understand. I mean, Miami was we had a great defense last year. I think we was ranked in top 10.
The offense was a problem because everyone was hurt.
Yeah, but I mean, oh man, I'm just. He said Atlanta Falcons, so I have pulled up some research here. I like to do some research. I like to do some research here for Atlanta Falcons. They rank defensively because we defensive win games. We're not worried about their offense. They barely has that. They barely have that. Defensively, they ranked last year 23rd overall.
That's not good.
And they ranked 24th in allowing opponents scoring, like with opponents scoring. You know what I mean? So it's and then this year going to the preseason, they ranked number 29. Oh no, after the preseason, my bad. That's a big issue.
What was the record between the Bucs and Falcons last year?
Huh?
What was the record between Fox and Bucs last year matchup?
Matchup? Don't worry about matchup because
don't worry about the matchup. Don't worry about the matchup.
No. Bucks were 10-7 and made the playoffs. That's the only thing that mattered. It don't matter about head to head because it's about winning. It's about winning division. Drew, give me your NFC picks because I'm itching to give my NFC ones.
Great segue, Jacob. So NFC East, Eagles, the most the favorite team, I would say, to win the whole thing for a lot of people. It was anybody last year. They kept the same group for this season. North, I'm going with the Lions. Despite the coordinator losses, they still have incredible weapons in Goff, Montgomery, Gibbs, Laporta, Brown, Williams, Sewell on the offensive line, Hutchinson on the rush, Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, you name them, they're amazing. West, DJ, my guy, the Niners. Again, I like the Niners in the West this year, winning it all. Their division, Purdy's going to be back on. Kittle will be a huge force for the passing attack with the receiving. Despite the Ayuk injury, they have Pearsall. They would take a step forward this year with Jawan Jennings. Adding Robinson's a good secondary piece to run CMC. Defense is still there. At the Niners winning the West Division, to your guys' chagrin. Now, the NFC South, I pondered this for about 2 seconds. I thought long hard about who the winner should be for this one. And it should be in Fulton County, Mercedes-Benz Dome, Atlanta Falcons, because Michael Penix Jr. is their quarterback for a full season, should be very intriguing to watch. They did lose their right tackle, McGarry, up for the season today, which sucks, but you have Drake London, a dog. Bijan Robinson, one of the best run backs in the game. Sorry about it. You have Don Mooney, a great secondary piece at the receiver. Kyle Pitts, we'll see. Defense, we have James Pierce Jr. at the draft. Jalen Walker is a great guy from Georgia. We lost Granger, unfortunately. We have the best safety in NFL, Jesse Bates. Sorry about it. this team is looked down upon by such people. I don't understand why they look down on them this much. But with a fresh new year, Raheem's defining year as a coach, why not choose the Atlanta Falcons for your NFC South champions?
Wildcards.
Wildcard picks, yes. I have the Washington Commanders to be wildcard team. Dane Daniels back this year off a great freshman season. With Terry back, you have Bill, hopefully a standout year, as a running back, as well as Eckler Rodriguez is a great three-person committee. Defense should be better. Dan Quinn, love the guy, a former Falcons coach. Also, the Packers as a wildcard team, NFC North wildcard team. I think having Jordan Love this year would be great with Matthew Golden as a great rookie season from Texas. Having him join Octavian Wicks, Romeo Dobbs would be great. Adding Josh Jacobs is a great piece for their running. They're a good team that could possibly make some noise in the playoffs. And last year, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have them as a wildcard team. Baker Mayfield, he is a good quarterback. I'll admit that I, as a Falcons fan, admittedly, as a nice guy, will say he's a good quarterback. Mike Evans getting older, but Ibuka will be a problem this year. He's going to be a really fun guy to watch when we're not playing against them, I think. Defense looked great from the Buccaneers. So that's my picks. It's Falcons slander, man. I don't know what the deal is. They have such great young players to play, but such hate from people that have research on them.
28-3.
It boggles me.
I was gonna say the only reason people hate them is the 28-3.
Okay, so Dan Quinn left the team. Matt Ryan's gone. Like, they're all gone. Like, Ray Jarrett's gone. There's no other guy in the team that's still in there. So, like, it's kind of a new phase for the Falcons, Positivity.
Listen, man. For the NFC East, no one has won it in back-to-back years since what? Early 2000s?
Been a long time.
I do think that changes. The Eagles go back-to-back. Again, best team by far. They got Barkley, Hurts, great defense. I mean, you got Cooper DeJean, Rodrigo Blankenship, Quinyon Mitchell, like Zach Bond back at linebacker. They're going to be great, right? Moving down to the NFC South, I'm going with the Rams. I think Stafford, Adams, Puka Nacua, the defense is going to be good. I think they're going to be just fine. We go to the NFC South. Tampa Bay, it's pretty easy.
It's not easy.
It's not even. It's not close.
It's not close.
It's not close. The only thing that worries me for Tampa is how well the defense can hold up, and can Tristan Wirfs stay healthy, because he's had some shaky preseason news with his knee.
Well, I forgot about
so
that.
If he could stay,
talked about ATL defense. The damn secondary for the Bucs was dog water last year.
We're going to the NFC North here. Man, I do like Detroit still, but I think the division is going to be close again. Right? Now, we go to the wild cards. I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan, so I got to put my Vikings in there. I was
waiting for it. There you go. Get him, Marty.
I know.
Get him, Marty.
Listen. The defense last year was very, very good. Kevin O'Connell's an incredible coach. We have the wide receivers. We have the running back. We have the tight end.
Our receiver.
We got Jordan Addison.
Come on, bro. Come on,
bro.
Come on.
He's a great wide receiver, too.
No,
wide receiver, too?
A great wide receiver, too.
Wide receiver, nothing. Come on, man. Stop.
All
Stop.
Right, man. I think, listen, personally, I think he's a good wide receiver, too. It's like the meme. It's like, she's very gorgeous to me. Like, I love Jordan Addison there. Like, TJ Hawkinson's there. You got a 1-2 running back punch with Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work, being quite honest with you. But we beefed up the O-line. And listen, JJ is as big as a question mark as it can be. But I trust Kevin O'Connell. Look what he did last year with Darnold. Look what he's done with Kirk Cousins. I got to trust Kevin O'Connell's going to figure out the quarterback piece. Right? So I think they make a wild card. I think the Commanders go back and they make a wild card. This is where I think things get very spicy here. I love Green Bay and I love Seattle. Those are my two. Like, I think Seattle can fly under the radar because they have a really good defense, right? They upgraded a little bit at wide receiver. Not because they added pieces, it's because they took away pieces that were holding them back, right? Tyler Lockett was old. DK Metcalf, feel what you want to feel about him. To me, he's just like a deep ball threat at this point. I didn't love the offense for him in Seattle, but they had JSN. Obviously, you had Cooper Kupp. Torrey Horton's been raved about in camp, and then they have the 1-2 punch at running back. right, with Charbonnet and Walker. But I think I am going to lean Green Bay. I think the defense is going to be good. I think Matthew Golden is going to be great. I'm like Mari. I love Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love's a great quarterback. I think he does incredibly well. If it wasn't for the injury last year, like he came back from that injury, it was never really the same. He was scared to kind of get hit. He was throwing off the back foot a lot. I don't think he was comfortable putting weight down to like step into throws. So I think Green Bay makes it back into, I think it's pretty much the same playoff format as last year. I am super high on the Bears though, but the NFC North is going to be a dogfight. It's going to be an absolute dogfight. But yeah, those are kind of where I'm going. I love Seattle, but I think their schedule's not going to be nice to them, and I think Green Bay gets in there because they're going to beat the Lions or the Vikings, and that's going to kind of catapult them up in the standings. I think Minnesota barely ekes in, and then the Commanders are just gonna. The Cowboys are not going to be good. They have no running back. You got no Micah Parsons. The defense was already bad. Now you don't got a rusher to go get the quarterback. But at a certain point, I want the Giants to put in Jackson Dart, and then I'll be okay. I just want to be proven right on Jackson Dart.
I'll say this: I'll pay attention to the Parsons thing that's going on because if he really wants, he could sign a 1-year extension, or he could just play out the season and go test the free agent next season. He's from Pennsylvania, so
yeah.
Look at
Eagles.
that, and the Eagles have the money to actually sign him if they want to an extension. They have the cap space for it, and also look at Pittsburgh as well. Like, cause he went on record saying that if he were to go back home, he'll either play for Pittsburgh or Philly, but he'll lean more to Pittsburgh. So they need to pay attention to that. Cause imagine him going to Pittsburgh with T.J. Watt. No. I mean, that would be
any of
criminal.
those two teams would be a dramatic hit for everybody. I don't think
Yeah.
Philly would be able to sustain him long term. I think would be their issue. I know Pittsburgh just paid T.J. Watt a ton of money, but
You'll find money. You always find money.
Find money.
Philly in a couple years is
You
going to
find
have
money.
to be paying a lot of people a lot of money if they want to.
But
They're paying a lot of people a lot of money now.
I know,
Yeah,
but
but
it's
they
only
paying
going to
AJ
get worse.
yeah, but if they could, if you take a blueprint out of what the Chiefs did for Pat Mahomes, that'd be
Need it.
really crazy because Pat Mahomes signed a $500-some million deal and they over 10 years so that way they can still sign players to max contracts. I mean, it's like Jacob said, they gonna find money. Money, it ain't hard to
The NFL,
find.
listen, the NFL cap is existent and non-existent at the same time. Like there is a cap, but what you do inside the cap doesn't matter how you do it. You can push money down the road. That's why the Saints are so bad because that's what they did, and they also didn't win. Like it doesn't matter if you win Super Bowls, like what the
Yeah.
Eagles have done. But
Yeah.
DJ, we jumping into
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was just an abrupt stop there. I wasn't ready for it. But yes, we are going to go into the Super Bowl matchups. Give me your the matchup and then the winner. And we'll start with you, Jacob, and then we'll go Jacob, Drew, Mari, and then I'll finish it off.
Ooh, man. It's tough to not see Eagles Chiefs three-peat, right? But just for the sake of wanting to be different here, right? I think I always believe in Josh Allen. I just have to think he exercises the demons. But I don't think he exercises them this year. I think Lamar will get over that hump. We'll get through that. I think the defense is right there. Derrick Henry, Andrews. I think they're going to add a wide receiver piece somewhere in the year. Maybe they go big and trade for somebody that's a sneaky addition to them, right? I think Lamar can finally get it done. I think they're knocking on the door. He is right there. And again, same with Josh Allen, but unfortunately, Josh Allen's time is not going to be this year. I'm going to take the Ravens to go to the Super Bowl. On the NFC side, it's hard to not go Eagles, right? I want to go Lions, but again, 2 new coordinators looking shaky. I'm not really sure where to go. I don't trust LA fully. Tampa, not even close. Man, Green Bay could put it together and make a magical run, right? The Commanders can make a run, but I think just to play it safe, man, I think the Eagles go back. I think the defense is too good. I think the offense is too good. Hurts, Barkley, A.J. Brown, the offensive line's insane. And I think the Eagles go back-to-back, which, I think they're in such a great spot. A lot of dudes are in their primes, or they're clicking on all cylinders. I would be hard pressed to find a team to go beat the Chiefs again. But I do think the Ravens get back to the Super Bowl, and I do think you're looking at Lamar in the Super Bowl, but unfortunately, he's not going to win one. That'll go back to Jalen Hurts and stay in Philadelphia.
For me, I would say NFC's Eagles pretty easy. They're the best team in that conference for sure. AFC, this is the last year that the Bills are at their stadium in Ralph Wilson Stadium in Buffalo. For 50 years there, you've seen a lot of good players come there, and Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, Bruce Smith, you name them, they've been there. But they've had so many heartbreak-long losses in that stadium. Now this year, you have VP Josh Allen leading this team to the Super Bowl against the Eagles. To have Josh Allen back with James Cook, who got back after his holding in. Defense got paid. They're a team that basically didn't lose many people from last year. So fitting for two fan bases that are so rabid to face off against each other this year. Have Josh Allen emerge with Lombardi Trophy as the Buffalo Bills break their skid after 4 Super Bowls they lost in the early 90s. They come back 2025. This is their year. This is the Buffalo Bills year. Mount up, Bills Mafia.
There you go, Maury. Now's your time.
He's losing ball credit. He's losing ball credit. Drew's losing ball credit. I'm going to go on a limb and agree with Jacob, but I'm going to disagree with the Eagles. I am going to go with the Ravens. I feel like the Ravens have that. Like, they dare every year. Last year was Mark Andrews, the reason why. Like, he blew my ticket. He blew my ticket. I was in a group chat raving about it. Yo, if I win big. I was in a group chat talking to my lady. I'm planning out our date. And we looking at the game, and the way I fell to my knees was just insane. But they there every year.
Maury had that reservation booked. He was popping the champagne.
Yes. Ready to go out. Ready to go out, man. But now, honestly, man, I'm gonna say the Ravens, just the new additions. I mean, you come on, man. You have arguably top 2, top 3 best corner in the game over there now, with Humphrey. So it's gonna be hard to not pass up. Like, I mean, to say yeah, they're not gonna make it. I'm gonna say the Ravens. Then I'm gonna go on another limb here. I mean, I know a lot of people. The Texas people will want me to say Dallas. But no, we're not going with Dallas, man. I'm going to go with the Ravens, go against Commanders. I like the Commanders additions with Debo Samuels. Last year, they fell short. But just imagine if they had Debo back there to help them out. Austin Eckler and stuff like that. Just imagine if they had all these new additions. Their defense was not bad. They have top 6, top 7 best quarterback in the league. So just imagine, like, in a world where, and it could be this season where they have it all come together, and the Ravens and Commanders.
It feels like a Joe Burrow Bengals year almost for the Commanders, where they could just skyrocket.
Yes. And then honestly, if that was to happen, I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I mean, it's Lamar. It's time to put South Florida back on the map for us, and that would be a big one. And unfortunately, like for Josh Allen, I don't think it's going to be his year this year. I think Josh Allen will be like a Phillip Rivers type of player, or Drew Brees type of player for the rest of his year, with like his career, where he might win one or he might not. A great player, MVP player. What weapons do he have this year?
Yeah, it's Khalil Shakir. He's got Dalton Kincaid. He's got James Cook.
Keon Coleman.
Yeah, actually, Keon Coleman, possible breakout year for him,
I don't think they beat the Ravens this year because they already know what to expect.
They last year though.
New year.
But if you don't throw the ball, just
The Mark Andrews just
catches
the
that
ball,
catch, one of the,
it's
and
big what ifs.
we can't put it on Lamar. How better of a ball can you get through that? We seen Santonio Holmes, but still though, we seen Santonio Holmes in 2009 catch a touchdown, game-winning touchdown over 4 defenders. Foot check. Big Ben threw that, and that's a harder catch than that. Oh, in the Super Bowl, Julius Edelman caught a pass falling down.
I'm aware.
You have to want it. He did not want it. You cannot. The ball hit his hands, and a football coach told us if the ball hits your hands,
better
it
catch
hit his full hands.
Did very well.
It hit
Yeah.
his full hands, not his fingertips. It hit everything. And he dropped it. And it happens every year with the same. I mean, it's the same thing. Just don't throw the ball to him. Don't throw the ball to him. Don't just run the ball next time.
They got somebody big back there to do it. But I think the playoffs are going to be so good this year because you look at, I believe it's the AFC side, and they are just juggernauts everywhere. I like Baltimore. I like the Bills. I like the Chiefs. They're really toss-ups for them. For me, it comes down to Baltimore and the Chiefs just because of the defensive presence on both teams. Like we had a whole segment on defense winning championship games. Trent McDuffie, Chris Jones, Nick Bolton for Kansas City are key pieces on all three phases of that defense that are game changers. And then you can never rule out Patrick Mahomes. Travis Kelce, while getting old, is still, a reliable receiver and blocker downfield. And then you have your speedsters out wide, and their names are slipping me at the
Worthy.
moment.
Worthy.
Yeah, Xavier Worthy, and they're awaiting a suspension of one other player.
Rashee Rice.
Yes.
Rashee Rice.
So that's going to be a big loss for them. But I think, the Chiefs have done nothing but overcome. And I think it's going to go one of two ways. I think either they're going to play to this whole script of the big news in the offseason and Kansas City is going to make it there, or Baltimore and Lamar Jackson are going to get their pick. So for this one, I am going to go with Baltimore coming out. I think Lamar Jackson is going to make it to the Super Bowl. And on the other side, I mean, the Eagles, I hate to be chalk. I really do. But for a team returning the players that they are, the coaching staff that they've maintained, the cohesiveness of this team, it's undeniable. It wouldn't surprise me if they went back to back and won the Super Bowl again. It really wouldn't. And I hate to be that person to put it out there, but I think there's a variation of different teams that can make the Super Bowl. I really think it is a toss-up, but I'm going with Baltimore and the Eagles. And my winner is going to be the Eagles again. I think Lamar Jackson won't be able to get through the defensive upgrade. He struggles getting through. The Bills or the Chiefs on that side, and I think the Eagles are just a massive upgrade to that, and having to go through that in general, and then meeting a team like the Eagles, it's just.
I mean, you
it's
can't
just
necessarily
brutal.
say he has a struggle going through that side. It's not him. It's not Lamar.
His
It's
team.
not Lamar. But I mean, it's
Okay,
not
then
Lamar.
I'll
But
rephrase.
also,
Baltimore has an issue.
but also, just like the Eagles, who on defense is going to on the secondary? Their D lineman they have a dog at their D lineman, somebody who's going to get the team in order at the D line. But that secondary, who's going to be that guy on the secondary that's going to bring that intense energy? Johnson is gone. He's at the Texans now. Safety, he's at Texans now. Y'all best corner and veteran and Darius Slay is gone. So who's going to be? Don't say Burberry. We have a track record. He sucks.
I think they respect Blankenship enough as a leader in that secondary. They love. Listen, man.
Yeah.
Quinyon Mitchell's also legit out there too.
Yeah, he is. But
he's a great corner.
But
I think
when you lose, Darius Slay was guarding receivers, was guarding the other team best player. If you look at the old clips from last year, he's guarding the team's best player. So who's going to be that person now? Mitchell is kind of short. He's fast, but he's kind of short. Cooper,
They may just need to collectively come to an agreement out there, but they've got it's not like they don't have the talent, right? The talent's all there. They were underneath Gardner Johnson, and you said Darius Slay, right? So I mean, they were mentored by them before they departed, right? So it's not like they don't have that mentality. That mentality's in there. If they're able to breathe it to life or make it come to life is another thing, but at least they have it within themselves. And again, with the cohesiveness of that team, again, it's really hard to.
I mean, that team is also crybabies, like AJ Brown, crybaby, because I've seen clips even just like the games of last season when people don't get the ball. Like I like Jalen Hurts, but I hate the fact that when they get to the sideline because they went 4th and out or such and such. They didn't do nothing good that drive, and y'all go to the sideline, y'all cursing him out. Like that's not like just because you're like that's not good for the team. That's not good for the quarterback. Like that's not great. That's crybaby mentality. Inside the Super Bowl, when they lost the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, if you could pull up the clip, Dallas, they tight end Dallas was over there again cussing Jalen Hurts out. This man is going touchdown for touchdown with Pat Mahomes. The defense just not holding up. So I like Jalen Hurts, but if that offense go out there and they have two drives where they lose and they don't play too good 2 drives, then I mean Super Bowl, I mean they done. Diva's gonna come out. AJ Brown gonna get mad because he's not getting the ball. We never really heard nothing about Devontae Smith, but AJ Brown and Dallas is going to be upset that they not getting the ball, and that's going to start bringing everything down. So my pick is going to stay with the Ravens. I have them right now as my fantasy defense right now. So
Against the Bills week 1?
huh?
Against the Bills week 1?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Cause
That's trust
hey,
right there. Big trust.
and
Ooh.
Lamar Jackson we trust.
All right. Around the horn, real quick. NFL MVPs. If I don't think we went through that yet. Real quick, and we'll wrap this baby up. Why don't we start with Jacob, then Drew, Mari, and then we'll end it here.
I think it goes back to Lamar. I think last year, was, as people want to say, it's a pity MVP to Allen. Allen did everything he could for that Bills team. And if I think the Ravens are going to get, listen, man. I know you're looking at me being like, Lamar, that should have been Lamar's. Allen had a .5 interception ratio, whatever it is. He only had 2 interceptions the entire year. Cut down on the interceptions. Basically willed the Bills to half the wins half the time because he's throwing to old Amari Cooper. Keon Coleman ain't doing anything right now, and James Cook is running 16 touchdowns in. But Allen still has to do a ton last year. But this year, it's going to be Lamar Jackson. I think that he gets back on track, especially if he leads them to the Super Bowl. That's just open and shut case. Lamar Jackson, seal it, forget about it. It's pretty simple logic there.
It's going to piss some people off in this chat, but about a back-to-back here for Josh Allen, actually. Josh Allen does it again this year, MVP for the Bills. Love to see it. After the final 50 years of their stadium, final year of the Ralph Wilson Stadium, to defeat the Eagles, put a stamp on his quote-unquote pity MVP, as some shall say. Now, Josh Allen, back-to-back, run it.
Allen was not supposed to win MVP last year. We
Should've
could
been
check
me,
the
should've been me.
stats, and Lamar Jackson let him everything.
But you
They
gotta do
did
it.
not want to give Lamar Jackson back-to-back MVP. That's really what it was. They was like, okay, we just gonna give
But
it to
some could argue that 2 years ago, Josh Allen had better stats than Lamar, and Lamar still won before
But-
this one.
but
I
still,
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say it, but some would say.
some would. You see, now you're getting your ball knowledge back. You know what I mean? So, but
Yeah,
my thing is, but for me, I'm gonna go with Lamar. I'll go on a limb here. You know what I mean? I'll say Shador. You know what I mean? It's like give Shador a good
CFL?
team, a good team and a good system. He'll win MVP. But nah, honestly though, Joseph, I'm gonna go with Lamar. He should have won last year. He's arguably, if you take him off that team, what do? Nobody goes to Baltimore until Lamar is there. If Lamar's not there, Derrick Henry's not there. He's probably a Cowboy because he was already raving about being a Cowboy. So I mean, just yeah, Lamar. Oh my, it's Lamar by a billion. Lamar by a billion, man. Lamar by a billion.
I've got a little bit of an under radar pick that I don't think is out there on too much of a limb. Was a standout player last year, but it was just overlooked based on the performances by Allen and Lamar. I'm going to go on a limb and say that Saquon Barkley will be the first running back since Adrian Peterson in 2012 to win the MVP. I think he's going to have a standout year. 2,000 yards on the ground last year. If I'm reading those stats correctly, hopefully those aren't
He almost broke Eric Dickerson's rushing record.
Right.
And then he started being a crybaby about it. Nobody should break my record.
Yeah, he was. He was.
So I just think that Lamar and Josh might be in that voter fatigue kind of messy area. I'm not putting it by any of them to not win it because they are willing those teams. I mean, look, Josh Allen's probably got more of a case based on the team he's got around him, willing his team, like Jacob said, to the playoffs in the one-man bandness. But Lamar Jackson's a talent like no others. You know, it wouldn't be a shocker to see any of those two. Saquon Barkley and the production, if he can repeat that again this year, I think as a breath of fresh air, even if he just ups his game just a tad bit more, even if it's even possible, that I think the voters will turn around and respect kind of what he does from an offensive standpoint even more. So that's kind of my hot take for it. Again, take it
I
what
don't
you
think
will. It
that
probably won't
he's
happen,
gonna
but
do it again this year before we get off. I don't think he's gonna do it again this year because if you can recall, if I'm not mistaken, I think last year, you had some players, who I did mention earlier, was crying about Saquon getting the ball a lot too much, about them running the ball too much, really just catering to Saquon, and people was being divas about that. Well, particularly one person was being a big crybaby about it. So I highly doubt he's going to do it again this year because they're going to want to cater to their stars if they getting paid. But I mean, it's going to be a toss up. We'll have to just see. I feel like Lamar should be there, Pat Mahomes should be there, just about for what he's doing. Jalen, I mean, man, Jaden could be
I
up
like.
there as
yeah, he could
well.
be sneaky.
I like.
So
I
it's
really like Daniels to make
yeah,
a lot of noise this year.
yeah. So I mean, it's tough.
Jokingly, I think I might have said this to DJ like pre-show last week or something. I was like, Joe Burrow has the chance to be the first MVP with a losing record with what he might have to do in Cincinnati.
Come on, now.
Just
All right, y'all. Listen, come on now. Come on.
listen, man. He almost won. He almost won it last year. He almost won it last year. The man had nearly 5,000 yards passing, and nearly willed the Bengals there.
A huge player win for Josh Allen, so like it took a huge player to win it, so like that's why Josh won.
Listen, man. I'm just saying what the media's saying. And
Yeah,
I'm media.
And I am media.
I like
And I am media, and I'm saying no. I mean, ESPN was saying it. I remember betting lines were going up to that. I remember every radio show was talking about could Joe Burrow win MVP. Like, he was going insane. But like I said, jokingly, like, Joe Burrow, first ever on a losing record MVP. Keep an eye out. Just keep an eye out. You never know.
It's not the most.
Tua too.
Yeah, keep an eye on Tua. Yeah.
Hey, Shador, the first MVP to not be on the team.
Hey,
you never know. Now you never know. As long as
Now
he's
that's-
there from the Falcons, we good.
now that's legacy.
Fine.
All right, fellas. Well, this has been a great podcast. Drew, Mari, I appreciate you for joining us on the podcast today. Lots of topics, lots of college football, lots of NFL, a lot of football in general coming up in the next couple of weeks. We'll have it covered for you here on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all around. He has been produced by X1, Mari, the Spinnaker Swiss Army knife, Drew McDonald. He has been your co-host, Jacob Pro, and I am your co-host, DJ McCatherine. And thank you for listening to The Deal with D and J.